Good morning, parents. This is Miss James, your child's kindergarten teacher, and I want to welcome you to our open house presentation. We have lots of detailed information to share with you, but I also have a PowerPoint so we can look and review the notes together. And if there's anything you have questions about, you may absolutely watch this recording more than once or contact me directly. That information will also be included in our PowerPoint slides. Thank you again for reviewing our presentation, and let's get started. So now I'm going to share my screen and we can begin. So as you know, your child comes every day. We are Hearn Elementary, and this is our open house presentation. Welcome. Thank you for coming, and let's discuss more. Let's start with me. My name is Vishonda, well, my first name, and I have two children. In that picture, you'll see Clay. He is a Marine. He had 5 years of service. He is now studying to be a master electrician. That beautiful female in the center is my daughter. She is also military, National Guard, and she is studying at the University of Houston to complete her engineering degree. So I have lived a very blessed life. Next, let's discuss some of the administrative team on our campus. Their first picture is Miss Sanchez. You've likely met and seen her on campus. She's our school principal. Miss Bola Owolabe is my direct administrator. She is an assistant principal over my grade level. Mr. Serpis is also a campus principal. He oversees some of the other grade levels. And of course, there's Miss Gala Jacobs. She is our campus counselor. She's amazing. She works with the children. She works with the teachers. She works with the parents, and she works with our community as a resource for things that are academic as well as social emotional. So please feel free to say hello to any of them anytime you need to reach out for help. So our school motto this year is better today than yesterday, and that is our energy bus. Just one moment, my slides are moving. There we go. So Hearn is a Title I school. Now you may be asking, what does that mean to be a Title I school? Let's discuss it. Title I school means we receive funding for every student from the Every Student Succeeds Act. We also are provided supplemental resources that allow children opportunity to receive fair, equitable, and high-quality education and to close any educational achievement gaps that may exist. We are coordinated and integrated with other programs, and a portion of our funding is reserved to directly support family engagement activities. Title I school programs support strategies addressing students and staff needs that are clearly identified in the Comprehensive Needs Act, for short, the CNA, and clearly incorporated in the Campus Involvement Program, the CIP. Title I schools provide supports for family engagement, and that includes our parents' rights to be involved. Some of those points are, we have family engagement policy in place, we have a school family compact, we have a comprehensive need assessment, and we have a campus improvement plan. Our programs and activities are also designed and formulated to be accessed by our families and students. Our Title I Schoolwide program also supports parents' rights to know. So that's information about our student achievement, and that's also information about programs, meetings, and other activities. Here are some of the ways that you can be involved. We can advise and support using our district and campus using our district and campus family engagement policy and school family compact. You can review and revise it annually with the parents. We meet the changing needs of our parents and students, and we determine strategies for improvement. Our campus comprehensive needs assessment continuously reviews and identifies students and staff needs. Our campus improvement plan continuous reviews to address staff and students' needs. Here's the fun part. Everyone loves social media, and ALEAF and HERN is definitely involved in that aspect also. So you may use Twitter or Facebook and visit things that are happening within our district, as well as things that are happening on our campus. Here's the important thing that we want you to be mindful of. Our mission is possible. And what is the mission of Hearn Elementary? The mission of Hearn Elementary School is to guide our stakeholders to develop the skills and knowledge necessary to make responsible life choices and positive contributions in a diverse society. In collaboration with home and community, we respond to the needs of every child, ensuring each child can and will learn. All students should be reading on grade level by the third grade. That is our campus objective. You'll see that again also. Now let's talk about a few housekeeping items. The first being daily attendance, because it is so important. Our school doors open at 7:15 for breakfast. Students should be at our school by 7:45. So parents, I know it may be a little longer of a line to bring them on time, but please try and have them there by 7:45, even if they're not eating breakfast. We do have breakfast available to them. That breakfast starts at 7:15. It ends at 7:50, and at that point, they are routed to our classrooms. Students are tardy by 7:55, and 1 to 3 tardies, a teacher will call the parent to let them know that we are having a bit too many. By 4 to 5 tardies, the attendance clerk will give you a call to remind you of our time schedule. And by 6 calls, an administrator will call. Our instruction begins at 8. Also keep in mind, our announcements are at 7:45 along with our pledge. We absolutely want our children to be included in that process. So again, please try and have them on campus by 7:45. Here is our daily schedule. We start at 7:45. We do announcements at 7:50. Oh, sorry, I said 7:55 earlier. We do our announcements at 7:50. At 8 o'clock, we have a target time. It's an intervention for all of our students. At 8:30, we begin our English language arts. That's English for reading, that's phonics, that's all things that are necessary to achieve that third grade goal of being reading on level or above. At 10:15, we have lunch and recess. Then we return at 11:20, we study math. At 12:20, we do block and specials. Those are our music, art, technology, PE, movement, all of those things we call block and specials. At 1:05, when we return to the classroom, our math continues. At 1:15, we begin science. At 2 o'clock, we again do target time intervention for all students. At 2:30, we begin our social studies content. And then at 3:15, we are prepared to leave for dismissal. My conference times are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You may email me to schedule. My email is there. It's a little long, vishonda.newsome-james@aleafisd.net. My phone number is there for the campus, 281-983-8333. And you may use Remind or Class Dojo. Please contact me so I can send you a direct invitation to join our Class Dojo. Now, here are some important classroom housekeeping items. These are the supplies that we are requesting. Most of my children have their supplies with the exception of headphones. I only have about 6 children with headphones. So parents, please send your children headphones. It is an absolute imperative tool because we do several online and technology-driven studies for our children, and without headphones, they'll also have to hear the classroom sounds of me teaching and students in stations versus just being able to focus directly on their technology lesson. So again, the first is headphones. We also ask for 2 boxes of crayons, Black dry erase markers, the chisel tips, glue sticks, the jumbo ones. Kinder little fingers and dexterity work far better with jumbo size items than mini items. They also need scissors. Face masks are optional. A change of clothes daily, please, in their backpack or to be left in the classroom. We ask for 2 primary writing journals. Those are the journals that have the red lines and the blue lines so they can learn how to print online on using the lines, not just paper. A pack of pink erasers. And I also ask for water and snacks individually for your child. We do have snack time daily and they need water daily. There's a limit to them using fountains for safety and health reasons. And when they don't drink bottled water, they don't have access to water for the most part, with the exception of emergency bottles I keep in the classroom. Here is what we call the teacher's wish list. Things that are helpful to me because we tend to run out, especially in the cold months, like Kleenex tissues. We also use white copy paper that will allow me to be able to send information home and things for them to work on at home, to remain at home, to reinforce what they're learning in the classroom. You may also send, if you would like, individually wrapped snacks that are healthy. I put pictures of crackers, pretzels, things like that. Laminating sheets, because it's definitely helpful for our students to practice with their dry erase markers. We ask for 1 pack of pencils, regular, 1 pack of jumbo pencils. Please try and get the Takaranda brand. It's a very good brand versus the cheaper ones where the lids break easily. Play-Doh we use for learning and rewards, Color Expo markers, and color Sharpies. Uniforms are required, so please take a look at this list as well as the pictures. Their shirts must be any color polo. It should have a collar. Their pants must be navy or khaki. Oh, some examples are solid navy, solid red, solid white. Please don't be confused by the colors of the shirt. We are just giving you examples of the primary colors. The pants, however, are color required. Please make sure they have on navy or khaki pants, not blue jeans. Please make sure they wear their tag every day. It helps for dismissal and safety, especially of our kindergartens. Many of them don't speak clearly enough for teachers to understand, and we want to make sure we're routing them efficiently and safely for dismissal and throughout the day. If you must change your child's transportation, please do so before 2:30 p.m. Please do so before 2:30 p.m. And yes, I said it 2 times. I'll say it once more. Please do so before 2:30 p.m. Teachers are not allowed to change transportation. It must happen through the front office and registration by ALEF ISD administrative standards for safety. And in order for them to communicate the information to me in a timely fashion, please make a change of dismissal by 2:30 p.m. Thank you. Oh, and when you change your dismissal, one little detail, have your ID or passport, driver's license, so that we know that we're dealing with the correct custodial guardian. We believe a single teacher can change the life of a student. Let's go further together. That is a policy promoted by our AVID program. So let's take a moment and discuss AVID. We are an AVID campus. AVID's mission is to close the achievement gap by preparing all students for college and success in a global society. AVID is closing the opportunity gaps in college graduation rates among diverse and underrepresented demographic groups. We are an AVID campus, which means we send home agendas. Our kinders are using most of the information from their homework folders, but they're definitely available. And by the January, when they're a little more mature, you will see them more frequently coming home with your kinder students. How do we implement AVID practices at Hearns? I'm glad you asked. We practice the use of focused note-taking, thinking maps, essential questions, one-pagers, and 2-column, 3-column notes. Now, most of those tools are used in the upper grade level. And when I say upper grade level, I mean starting in first, but we definitely started using them in kinder. By the second half of the years when our children are writing more proficiently. And we also practice taking responsibility for our own learning. That we do in kinder from the very first day. I like my kinder children to think of kindergarten as their first step to college so that they can have an independent-minded growth, that they're responsible for their learning, and that they manage and navigate that responsibility successfully. We are also a STEM campus. STEM, we use science, technology, engineering, and math. And let's discuss more details about STEM. By the way, I'll pause here for a moment. If you need a moment to stretch, yawn, move so that your legs don't start tingling, please feel free to pause and do so. I know that I'm going through a lot of information, so I will restart the recording, but I wanted to acknowledge the fact that I appreciate your patience in reviewing this recording. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program for open house. Okay, so we are discussing STEM. We have a full day pre-K program. We have information about newsletters. Let me go back to STEM for a moment because my daughter is doing an engineering program, as did my son before he joined the Marines. Please know that this is so crucial to our students, especially the underserved and our girls. So most of the times they don't acknowledge their strengths in science and engineering and technology and math. So I would like you to encourage all of our children to develop those skills in addition to our reading goals, because they do promote success after graduation with ALEAF. Now, let's return to our slides. We receive weekly information in our newsletters. Those newsletter notices go home via Ms. Sanchez sending parents notices, as well as your teachers sending notices. In my case, I include them in my dojo notices, and I highly encourage all of my parents to be included in Class Dojo, as it allows me to send one message to 22 parents at the same time, so I can be more efficient in getting you detailed information. At Hearn, we develop the whole child. So earlier you heard me mention the words block and specials as a part of our daily schedule. Here's more information about that. The picture here of the emoji teachers, Bitmojis, are Coach Bidding, Coach Brown, Miss Culver, Mr. Odom, Miss Charlton, Miss Elmore, and Miss Gay. They are our wonderful teachers that teach the electives of PE, music, art, health, and technology, as well as libraries. So your children definitely beyond content and beyond personal behavioral social growth have electives to have a well-rounded daily experience as they learn and develop. Here's great information that's definitely crucial to our parents. I don't know if I mentioned, but I am an ALEAF parent. My children through their formal education have always gone through ALEAF schools from elementary to high school. And so I view my classroom not only as a certified teacher, but also as a certified parent. So I completely understand the mindset of what's important, hence the information for grading. Our progress reports go home every 3 weeks of the grading period and every 6 weeks of the grading period. In that 9th week, your child will be getting a formal report card. You can monitor students' grades online by signing up for home access. In kindergarten, you may have less detail because our content has a lot of anecdotal notes, but I promise you it is important to sign up and be involved. I signed up when my children were in elementary, and I followed their grading information through high school 12th grade without needing to change a single thing about login. That included state testing, that included college prep testing that included daily work and teachers' classroom notes. So parents, please know that it is not too soon to get involved with home access. For grades, these are mostly applicable to our first through fourth grades with a formal grading system. We have major grades, which are our tests and quizzes. Those are 50% of our children's grades, or your child's grade. They have minor grades, which are 35% of their grades, and then they have participation grades, which are other. Also, we have projects and other things that fold into that. We do projects and testing in kinder. However, we don't count them because they're not as frequent as we're developing their testing and academic and behavior skills to be able to show mastery in that area. So again, kinder, we use a lot of anecdotal notes because we can view things far more detailed than just testing grades. Here's the login information for home access. You may absolutely feel free to hit the link. This presentation will be available to you online as a link as well as a PowerPoint. So if you would like to use the link, please know that you will have to launch online so that the link is active and activated. I would like to share with you information about my classroom management style and my behavioral management style. If you ask for children what is CHAMPS, C-H-A-M-P-S, it is my hope and my expectations that they can tell you exactly what it stands for. The C is for the conversations we have based on the activities in our classroom. The H is for how they can get help. They don't always ask the teacher. The children learn from each other. So there are multiple ways to get help, and we always establish that before we begin activities so the children know how to make smart choices, how to earn dojo points, and how to have corrective reinforcing behavior versus penalties. Movement is where their body should be. So sometimes they're at the table with me in small groups. Sometimes they're in groups with one another. We call those rotation groups. Sometimes they're at their seat working independently. In order for the children to clearly understand where their body should be so that they could have good behavior choices, we establish that again through our CHAMPS management system. Participation is what are they doing? And success is specifically what I will see if I look around. Will you be looking at your papers facing forward? Will you be with a group of 2 or 3 children whispering, completing an activity, hands-on manipulatives, or will you be in the front with me and whole group? So there are many situations or environments the children should be in, and we want them to clearly understand what a successful kindergarten looks like in those areas. I put a little chart here to help you better understand what they would be doing if they're taking a test, if they're doing independent work, which is by themselves, if they're doing a group activity, if they're doing a teacher instruction activity, and so forth. Earlier, I mentioned how valuable those headsets are. Here's the reason why. Our children use resources called AVID and iStation in addition to other technology tools. They cannot efficiently maximize the usage of these things with laptops and iPads without headsets. So please, if you have not sent headsets for your children, please make that a priority to get a quality set of headsets. In years prior, I've bought them from the dollar store. Dollar store headsets last about 3 to 5 days. 5 and below headsets last about 2 weeks. And I've had children who've gotten headsets at the beginning of the year that I've sent home in May and June because they've lasted the whole year. So I will tell you, there's value in your headsets. I will teach your children how to take care of them and have individual bags to keep them safe. And we can make sure you don't have to buy them more than once, maybe twice if you have kind of a rough and tough one. But please, quality headsets to do iReady and iStation. Our goal, we mentioned this earlier, and I will review it again because it is very important. Our goal is that all students are reading on grade level by 3rd grade, and it is a team effort from home and school, from kindergarten teacher to 3rd grade teacher, from interventionists, from specialists, We are all working for that common goal of our children being successful readers. Reading expectation from kinder to third grade. Here are some examples of passages children read in third grade. I will tell you, I get very excited because every year I'll have a kinder who comes in and I can have them read first grade books or introduce them to a first grade partner teacher, and they can read those books with little or no assistance. And so that's what you want for your children. If they're in kinder, encourage them to read first grade books or to develop to that level. That's what we're doing in the classroom, preparing them for first grade. And if you're one of those parents who had the fortune of putting your children in that environment and they're doing that, continue to have them progress. Just because their designation says kinder does not mean their reading has to be kinder. It just means their body is in my classroom and I'm going to continue to move them forward the same as you do at home. So again, here are some sample passages if you would like to know what expectations are for kinder through first grade. Here are first and second grade passages. Again, feel free to pause, read through them, have your child sit beside them and see if they can identify any of the words because they're already doing sight words. A, I, see, the. So some of those words, even if they can't read the passage, they should be able to circle the sight words they can identify. Those are some of the things that we do in our groups within our classrooms. And then the reading expectations here is second to third grade level. So there are lots of examples and lots of samples for you to review and have greater detail as you're preparing at home for your child to be successful by third grade, as well as us preparing them in the classroom on campus. Get involved, parents, please. We love having your presence, even if we can't have you physically as often because of safety guidelines. We have our shared decision-making committee. You may serve on our shared decision-making committee. You may serve as a family actively and meaningfully engaged in a committee, and you may serve as a volunteer in public schools. Please know that these require steps to get involved and to be cleared, especially as a volunteer. ALEAF has a VIP process, volunteer in public schools, and VIP just means we make sure that you have the proper channels and checks so that as you're around our children, all parents and teachers have known that you've been vetted for safety with our children on campus. Our Family Center is open. So in our Family Center, we have classes. We have classes that are offered for ESL. We have parents that are offered for discussion groups. We also have homework assistance. Our Family Centers offers classes with guest speakers, classes in Spanish and other languages, and so much more. Please feel free to reach out and engage to have more information about our Family Center. There are links on our HERN website, and those links are for you and available to you as a resource. Please sign in for a conference with me. You can call me directly. Most of my parents have my direct cell as well as Class Dojo, and I will be planning conferences as needed. I also send home written conference information, which most of you, in fact, all of you have already received with our first progress report that went home last Thursday. So again, I thank you for your support. I have the most amazing parents. I appreciate you immensely. I love a partnership for our students' growth. That is always my goal. It was my goal as a parent of an ALEAF student. It is my goal as a teacher in ALEAF. And thankfully, my expectations and prayers have been answered. So again, here's information on how you can contact me. I think most of you have my direct contact information, but if there are any questions or any additional information you would like, please reach out. I am very responsive, normally within 24 hours, in most cases within the same hour to 30 minutes. So have a great rest of your day or afternoon, and I appreciate you making it to the end of this presentation with me. So we can all take a deep breath. Again, I enjoyed sharing this virtual meeting with you. It's new for me. I'm sure it's new for you. It was lots of fun, and I'll see or speak with you soon. Bye-bye.